What's going on, everybody? Connor Fields here, and we are going to do the Tulsa Track Walk to preview the Grands Track for the 2024 Grand Nationals. I got to give a huge shout out to Billy Allen and the whole crew that built this track. I've been coming here, this is my 22nd Grands, and this track looks awesome. I can't wait to see the racing. It's definitely got a little bit more flavor and a little more technicality than usual. Let's show you around. So starting it off, just like every other USA BMX indoor event, we're using the Andy Contest Safe Gate, just like the Sand Springs track just up the road has. Starting hill is kind of average size. It's not too big, it's not too small. And looking out ahead of this first straightaway, this is a longer first straight for Tulsa, and it's gonna be fair from pretty much wherever you are in the gate. So one of the big features I'm noticing as I look at this track, more than any other Grands track that I've seen, the jumps are deep. And starts right away here on this first jump. Usually the depth doesn't go down too much, but here, as you can see, it's a step up, but it's dug out like it's a double. And that's gonna make it really tricky to get over it fast. There's gonna be a lot of manuals, maybe not as many pedal manuals as usual, and skills are definitely gonna pay off, not only here, but all the way around the track. Going into the first turn, we got a big triple. And the thing that I love about triple is that means options. So many different ways you could get over this. Manual to pump, pick up, manual out, double manual, pedal, pump, all the options. So it's gonna be key in practice to dial in your line to enter in that first turn, hopefully getting the whole shot. First turn is always key in any BMX race, and that's not gonna be any different this weekend. But the thing about this first turn is it's taller than usual. Billy added a couple of feet to the top of the turn to leave more room for moves, more room for action, and you're gonna be coming in hot to the second straight. As you exit the first turn, you come into this big step up, and the first thing that I see with this step up is there's a huge difference between the height on the takeoff and the height on the landing. It's also dug out a little bit, just like we were talking about in the first jump, and I think that is gonna give you a reward for jumping it. So I think the classes from about 10X and above, 10 girls and above, they're gonna get a big bonus of speed by clearing it and getting that backside. So I look forward to seeing the different lines with some riders jumping it, some riders pumping it. And then you get into this double, and just like the theme of the whole track, it's deep. It's dug out a little bit more, and again, I'm excited to see the different lines different riders are using, but jumping it when you're in the older expert classes is definitely gonna be the fast line. As you get into the second turn, there's a nice step up double, and again, triples means options. Lots of different ways over this thing, but I think the most common way is probably gonna be to pick up or pump the first part, manual or jump into turn number 2, rip around the Tulsa turn. Here's the big decision you gotta make on the track. As you exit the Tulsa turn, we got two options. Left side, rhythm section, right side, decision maker, we got a couple of big doubles. I believe the first one is 28 feet, second one is 27 feet, and into the turn is 25. So they are not small. Now, the big side is on the inside, and as always, going into the turn, the inside is gonna be an advantage. So what I'm looking forward to is watching the 15, 16, 17 to 20 classes and the different lines, because not everybody's gonna be hitting the same line. My tip in practice would be to make sure that you try both sides and have both ready to go. Don't get any ideas, youngins. If you try to roll through this, this is a sand trap. As you can see right here, somebody tried to ride through it. You're gonna come to a stop real quick. So either jump it or stay on the rhythm section. Billy and the team were very creative with this track design. Right here we got a dragon's back. There's gonna be tons of different options to get over it. Pumping, manualing, pedal manualing, jumping. Looking forward to seeing what sorts of combinations the riders put in. Then right here, there's a bit of a dog leg, an apron. If you're a NASCAR fan, you're gonna wanna make sure that you stay on the inside, because it's gonna be real easy to fade to the outside there into that last turn. We got a 4-pack of rollers into the double, into a couple of 90s. Now 90s add a new flavor. Let's go see what's going on. To finish out the track, we have not one, but two 90-degree turns. 90s are a great place to set up and make a pass. And at this point in the race, you don't have much time left, so if you need to make a pass, you better get to cooking right here or in that next 90. One thing that I do notice on this turn, that jump comes out of the turn quick. So it's gonna be important to carry your momentum through this turn, because you won't have much room to grab any pedals before you get to the two doubles before the final turn. We're here on the last double before the final turn. And now, just like the theme of the entire track, this is a little bit deeper than usual. Now what that means is that jumping it or manualing it might give you a little bit of bonus speed that pumping won't. So I'm excited to see which riders are jumping and which riders are not, and how that works out as we go into this last turn. And as we go into this last turn, you can see it's bigger than the first 90. And I think this turn right here is set up to make some really good passes. But a lot of the passes that are going to be made in this turn will be set up in the first 90 turn. You're going to see a lot of two-turn passes right before the finish line. Again, keeping consistent, just like you're going to want to do this weekend, this double is deep. And your legs, by the time you get here, are going to be tired, especially if you've been slacking and not doing your full laps in training. So I'm looking forward to seeing the race action that goes down in the last straight. We got a double here that I think from about 10x and above, it might be fastest to jump. Definitely manual. Probably not going to be the fastest line to pump it. After the double, you get to this last tabletop, and it's kind of baiting you. It makes you think, oh, tabletop, last jump, throw some style. Be careful, you're not at the finish line yet. And I promise you, if you're in fourth in the semi, you throw a little bit of style and you get past, it's going to be a long drive home. We are here at Jen's house. We are here at the finish line. Just a few short days from now, there are going to be riders that put their name in the history books and become a champion forever. This is also the last race where scores timing is not mandatory for experts. Starting next season, it's going to be mandatory for all expert classes. It's already mandatory for the pros. Experts, you're going to be joining in with the pros. So if there's ever been a time to try it out, give it a try this weekend. And right here, we'll see what your lap time is. And we'll see who becomes the champion Friday night and on Sunday. We'll see you then.